Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Gumbo YaYa radio show. We appreciate y'all tuning in. The worldwide home of the independent artist. And speaking of worldwide home of independent artists, we just played Boogaloo Blues by 5 Mile Smile out of Belfast, England, speaking of worldwide. And we have Brian Finlay on hold right now. He is the drummer. And let's see if this is working. Hey, Brian, can you hear me? What I'll do is, ladies and gentlemen, while I get this set up, I'm going to play Brawlin' in Belfast, which is a 5 Mile Smile song that I absolutely love. And you're going to love it too. And then we'll get this all worked out. So I see if you can't get him to redial. Anyway, I apologize. We thought we had this all fixed up and ready to go. So what song do I want here? Yeah, so we'll do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brawlin' in Belfast by 5 Mile Smile. We'll be chatting it with him right after this. Get everything worked out here. Right here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show. We got this here CD1. Get that queued up. Let's see if this is going to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Belfast, Northern Ireland.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all bear with us a little bit here. I feel bad because I had everything all set up and we were ready to go, and I'm very excited to have 5 Mile Smile standing by in Belfast to chat with us. Let's see if we can't get something worked out here. Hello, Brian, you there?
Can you hear me now?
Hey, there you go.
Me?
There we go.
All right. Got you.
All right.
Got you.
What? I tell you what, I've never had a bigger issue with than we're having right now. So I apologize. Well, I don't know what happened. You know, the program that I sent you to, we use all the time. So I apologize for the delay. There might be a little bit of an audio delay, so you let me know if you can hear me all right.
I can hear you. Are we live now? Or?
Yeah, we're live, man. We're live. Isn't that beautiful? That's the beauty of it. So we've been trying here for...
Yeah. We're
coming up to the top of the hour. So let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We're so sorry for the technical difficulty. It's live radio, but you know what? It's this is your radio show. I'm just the host, and I've been bragging about these guys for a long time. I've been playing their music for a while, and so let's just go right to it. Let's introduce yourself. All right, so tell people who that, where you at. Introduce yourself proper, like, if you would, please.
Well, okay, my name's Brian. I'm the drummer in a band called 5 Mile Smile. We're from Belfast in Northern Ireland.
And how long have y'all been together now? Because you're relatively new, right?
Well, yes and no. We were originally formed in the year 2000, and you know, we played a lot of gigs and recorded a lot of great songs and had our time, and then we just called it a day because you know, we're getting a bit older with family and jobs and stuff. But a few years ago we got back together through Facebook, and I think we're better than we ever were, you know.
Let me ask you, so Boogaloo Blues, which is the tune that turned me on to you, is that the first incarnation, or is that something more recent?
No, that's a fairly recent one. We recorded it in 2015. It was the second song we recorded after we got back together, and you know, it was a wee bit of a struggle, that one, because we tried something a little bit different with that particular song. We used an electric drum kit, and it took us a while to get it going, but eventually it was fine, and I think the end product has been fantastic.
Yeah, I like that song a lot. And then you sent me Brawlin' in Belfast, which is another one. You know, we played. I play quite a bit of your stuff here. Now, over here, a lot of people are not familiar with all the going-ons. You know, we just know what we see in in the news and things like that. You know, TV is really our only window into Belfast and Ireland, and all the politics and struggles over there. What are things like over there? How is it now? I mean, what do people need to know most over here?
Well, just to know that it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. In the 70s and 80s, it was just all over the place, the troubles. But now it's pretty much gone. I mean, you get a little bit of violence here and there, but like in my opinion, I think that we've got a lot of people from other parts of the world coming in and setting up businesses, and I think that's given a lot of perspective to people that there's a bigger world and there's no sense in fighting each other.
I believe that, man, and your music is a great way to unite people. I don't know if people are, it's funny because I didn't even realize when we scheduled this interview that it was going to be St. Patrick's Day here in the U.S., So we go all out for that. From what I hear, it's not St. Patrick's Day isn't the grand event that it is here.
Well, not so much. I mean, obviously you get a fair bit of celebration, but compared to America, it's pretty small time. I think when Irish people go to America, they become more Irish. And,
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
That's funny. You know, everybody's Irish here on St. Patrick's Day, so
Yeah.
you know it's a good thing. Well, I appreciate you joining me, and I thanks so much. I mean, I do, like I said, I do tons of these interviews, and this is the first kind of struggle we've had. So I'm blaming you.
Well,
So real quick,
I did it on purpose.
there you go, there you go. All the attention you could get, you know. So we want to thank you and your fans for tuning in. We are you do pronounce it Finlay, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're speaking with Brian Finlay. He's a drummer for 5 Mile Smile. And let's mind our manners and introduce the rest of the folks in the band.
Right. Well, there's Ross. He sings and plays guitar and bass, and that's it at the minute. There's just the two of us.
All right. So it's the two of you. There were three originally, right?
Yeah, there were three of us back in the day, and then I think the first couple of songs that we recorded when we got back together, Connor, the bass player, was in it, but he has family commitments and a new business, so the rest of us continued, and we've gone from strength to strength.
Oh, that's good because you know family comes first. We believe in that 100% and foremost. So what I have here, you know, I have a few of the singles, but I have your I guess I think the which one the smoke screen is your latest EP.
The smoke screens are old material.
Okay.
I just collected together
okay.
the four best songs from back in the day and released it. And then the other EP is The Truth About Dogs and Wolves. It has the best of our new stuff. Both available in Bandcamp.
Yeah, so this is tell everybody where to find your music, website, all that kind of good stuff, okay?
You can find all of our music in Bandcamp, where you can get the two EPs, and there's our latest single and a few other wee bits and pieces. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can check us out there.
Yeah, and now we did play, like I said, I mentioned a couple of songs, Boogaloo Blues and Brawling in Belfast, which I like. Is there a story behind Brawling in Belfast?
Well, yeah, it's basically about boxing, about the local boxing scene, and we were just Ross came with this idea to celebrate local boxing because he's friends with a boxer, and it basically tells a story of a young guy just starting to make it big time, and it's kind of like the song is him thinking backstage before he goes in for the fight, and then at the very end of the song it's like he's just leaving to head up to the ring to have his fight. And also that particular song, it's interesting because it's the first song that we actually mentioned Belfast. You know, before that we were going a bit American and singing about New Orleans and stuff, but this time we've decided to just mention where we're from and what we are, but still keep a slight American feel to it, which I think
you did a great job with it. I'm a boxing fan. I mean, I enjoyed boxing, dabbled in it myself for a while, and that's why I like this. So, are you a Duddy fan, or are you Buchanan, Kenny Buchanan? Like, who's your favorite Irish fan? Mickey Ward? Who's your boxer?
I guess Buchanan, I think's pretty good. Like, yeah.
Yeah, those are I love boxing. You know, and here's the thing about like the Irish fighters is that they dominate the lighter weights. You know, they're so like and they don't quit. They're like Timex. Take a lick and keep on ticking. You know, so I always love watching. You know, like Buchanan fight. I'm a big Duddy fan, and where's Conor McGregor is from Ireland too, or no? Or oh no, he's Scottish, isn't he?
No, he's from the south. He's a Dublin
Okay.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tough. He's a tough guy too. So yeah, I'm a huge boxing fan. I think that's why I like this song so much. But let's do this, man. We've chatted and I've run through the top of my hour. This is 89.1 FM WFDU HD2. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We've got a few songs here. You talked about the American influence you put in and New Orleans, and let's pick a song and go with that. And let's play some more 5 Mile Smile for the fans out there. So pick a song for us. Tell us a little bit about it, and then let's let our fans and your fans listen to it.
Well, I suppose I'd choose our latest single. It's not actually on either of the EPs, but it's still available. It's called This Is Not a Drill, and this time it's about the Army. It's about the Marine Corps, if you like. It's kind of a fun, sort of tongue-in-cheek song. It's not too serious, but it's not making fun of anyone either. It's and I think the lyrics would talk about Vietnam and stuff like that, and it's quite a good song. It was a lot of fun to record, and it took us a long time. I think we had 23 takes before the one we were satisfied with.
Now, do you or any other members have a military background?
No, not actually military, but I think Ross's uncle was in the military. I'm not sure. I'd need to talk to him, but we just enjoy the military, and it's just something we have fun with. We're a very tongue-in-cheek band, and we just talk about whatever we want to talk about. You know?
So this is what I'm going to do. You mute your mic, I'll mute mine, and we're going to go ahead. Actually, how about this? How about you introduce yourself, introduce the song, and tell people they're listening to the Gumbo YaYa radio show. How about we do it that way?
Okay. Do we do it now, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll make you the DJ.
Hello, I'm Brian Finlay from 5 Mile Smile, and this song is This Is Not a Drill.
All right, Gumbo YaYa radio show, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 Mile Smile. This is not a drill. And this is not a drill. We finally have Brian Finlay of 5 Mile Smile on the phone. Hey, man, I love that. I love the beat in that. The guitar on it is amazing. The drums are just, like, that's the kind of thing where you're just pounding. I forgot I had the camera on, so I hope you didn't see me headbanging over here.
No, well, you're not the first one to do that.
That is really good, man. I love that. I was saying earlier how sometimes you just have this. I have an album I call Play Loud Music, where I put stuff where I just have to play it loud. And I think there's like 3 or 4 of the songs that you have. Like Boogaloo is on there, Brawling in Belfast. This is going on there. And I think I played Drinking All Day. I hope yeah, I did. I played Drinking All Day, too. That's the one that starts off with the Winston commercial, right?
Yes, that's the one. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
What's the American influence? Is it? Do you listen to a lot of American music over there, or is it? I
think it's just our personal taste. We like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Jimi Hendrix, and a lot of, and we just kind of like that whole sort of southern rock, bluesy stoner sort of thing. We've always been a fan of listening to that sort of music, and I guess it just seeps into our sound.
Now, what is you mentioned southern rock? What about country music? Do you listen to the classics like Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash, or any of that kind of stuff, or is it Leonard Skinner and Marshall Tucker and like what? Drop some names, some artists for us.
Well, it's a mix of different things. As I said, it's Crosby, Stills, and Nash, but we also like stuff like The Who and some other bands. But as far as country music goes, I wouldn't be that fussed on like Garth Brooks and some of the more commercial ones, but I do like a bit of Johnny Cash.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm. Garth had some stuff that I really liked. I feel like I was oversaturated with it. I grew up on the classic country. I just turned 50 in October, so I grew up with with a lot of the influence my dad had from the 50s artists when in the era he grew up. So obviously when you're a kid, you listen to your dad's music, and then that 70s and 80s country, which before it became that crossover pop stuff, was what I grew up listening to. And we play a lot of new independent artists on the show, people like yourself, and we like to get edgy too, It's funny because I'm a big Thin Lizzy fan,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that band. There's, let's talk about, powerful vocals and just, gritty music. That for me was, when I was a kid and I heard that, I was like, man, this is good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are a good band, like, and then they're Irish band as well. So, yeah,
right.
Them and I think Gary Moore.
I was trying to like to give people like an identifier or a qualifier, not necessarily put you in. And I was telling people, to me, you were kind of like U2 meets Nirvana, that kind of thing. You had that kind of like a I don't even know if that's a good expression either, but I like the fact that you have a unique sound. What is there a certain influence behind it, or you just one day said, hey, wow, we like this sound, let's go with it?
Well, I think part of it might have been back in the day we used to listen to a lot of Led Zeppelin, and actually both the other two guys were really into Zeppelin, and I liked it. But I always felt, as much as I did like them, that their songs are a bit long. And I think we've tried to maybe get that sound, but shorten it down, sort of a bite-sized Led Zeppelin, if you like. Bit of Hendrix, and it's hard to pigeonhole us. I mean, we've had people say it's like garage rock,
right?
And so
that's where I was kind of going with it. That's what I heard. Not garage band, grunge rock, that kind of thing. But it's first of all, Ross, his vocals are incredible. He's got some great vocal power. He's got a great vocal range. I like that. And then again, it's just the two of you, and he's doing all the guitars, right?
Yes, yes.
Man, he's super talented. Super talented. We're sorry that you tell Ross he was missed here on the program, and you know, we'll have to get y'all. Have you played outside of Ireland?
Well, we played in Scotland, and with one gig in England, Newcastle.
Okay.
But that's about as far as we've gone.
Now, who else is giving you radio airplay? Because you should be played on the radio everywhere.
Yeah, we've got airplay in COAR radio, and a few others I can't think off the top of my head.
That's all right. I don't want to put you on the spot here.
Sorry.
But listen, man, you know, welcome to New York, the New York metropolitan area, the world. I think it's the number one radio market in the world. So we're spinning you over here, and in the United States and worldwide on the Gumbo YaYa radio show. So we played a few off of your best of your new stuff. Let's talk about Smokescreen, and let me know if you have a favorite off of there, because I think I'm not sure if Walk Through or Lights Out or I'm sorry, Walk Through or Long Road Out is my favorite off of that.
Yeah, well, I guess there's a difference of opinion there. Ross, his favorite would be Long Road Out, and as much as I love that song, and it is probably the first song that we came up with that really felt like a good song, but my personal favorite is Walk Through. I just have such fond memories of playing that, because we used to always play it the first song, and on a gig, and it just, the recording of it and everything else is just brilliant. So that's my personal favorite.
See, look at, I nailed them both without even talking to you. How do you like that?
Yeah.
So, well, let's talk about Walk Through. What's the story behind that?
Well, actually, that's a strange one, because it started off, we were trying to do a cover of an Oasis song called "Go Let It Out," and somewhere in there, while we're trying to come up with it, we just went into our own thing and created this whole new song. And it's you know, I really like the sort of the groove of it and the singing, and we added the distortion to the vocals in that song in the studio, and it just seemed to work. You know, it meant that all the instruments were all sort of meshed together, and it's like a big, massive train coming at you, a train of sound. It is. It
hits you all at once, and I think that's what gets to me. And now, who writes the music? Who writes this? Who writes the lyrics? Who writes the music? Is it a compilation? Is there one guy on the, you know, on the lyrics, or who, you know, how's it work? Somebody does the lyrics and music all together, or who's writing these lyrics?
Well, it's Ross who writes the lyrics. Certainly, we work on the music together, very much so. I mean, the music can change quite a bit. I mean, I guess an example of that would be "Call to Arms," our song. You know, it started off very fast, and then we spent about 3 months changing it and adapting it, and then we ended up recording the original idea we had. So, but as far as the lyrics go, that's definitely Ross. Although sometimes when we're recording, we'll tweak the lyrics a wee bit, and I might throw in the odd idea, but it's him, like, you know.
All right. And is there a story behind the lyrics on this one? I know you said you took you started off with an Oasis song and they ended up with your own.
Yeah. Well, I guess with Walk Through, it's not really about anything specific. It's more trying to get the message across that, you know, this is us. Because as I said, we started every gig with it, so rather than having deep, meaningful lyrics, it's more just about telling the audience and telling the listener that, you know, we're here and this is us. That's pretty much the feeling.
That's great. You know, I think that says a lot, that you're able just to write something. Hey, look, this is just more of a. There's no message. Just it's a feeling. You know, sometimes people think they have to put a message or a meaning behind every song instead of just penning something that's fun that you love to play. So I like that. I think that's a great concept. So I'm going to introduce this one, and then we'll have you play DJ again. So this is how you do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Gumbo YaYa radio show. We're chatting with Brian Finlay of 5 Mile Smile out of Belfast, England. And this is their song, Walk Through. 5 Mile Smile right here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show. Walk Through. And that's the best of their oldest, and we got the best of the new here. And speaking of the best, we got the best of 5 Mile Smile on the phone with us right now, Mr. Brian Finlay. Brian, thank you so much for joining us live from Belfast. What time is it over there?
It's 6:30. Oh, I just wanted to very quickly say, because you mentioned what radio stations have played us. You don't mind me mentioning another radio station?
No, let's do that, man. Let's give credit where credit is due.
Because they have helped me. There was COAR radio, and then there's JFL radio, and then there's another radio station, the Third Street Garage Radio. They're another New York radio station. So all three of those.
Are those internet stations, or are they terrestrial?
I'm not. I think a couple of them are internet.
Okay.
And
well,
one's terrestrial. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, I knew you had to be played somewhere because your music is really good. I like that. I like the way that goes from grungy to funky to psychedelic in that song. And I think it's a great mix in there. And like I said, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the Gumbo YaYa radio show. We are WFDU 89.1 FM radio, HD2 airwave. We have on the phone with us Mr. Brian Finlay, who is the drummer for 5 Mile Smile out of Belfast. We're playing some of their music, and we're very grateful to have him here with us. So thank you so much. We had a little bit of hiccup in the beginning. This is going to be archived. I'll send you a copy. You can play it for your fans and everything like that, and we'll take out all the hiccups for you. How's that sound?
Okay, that sounds great.
All right, and I'm a big fan. Thank you so much. We talked about a few of the songs, and Walk Through is your favorite, and it's one of my favorites. And we talked about Long Road Out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out of here with Long Road Out. We'll give that a play. So tell us. You said Ross, that's one of his favorites. Tell us about that song, and then we'll have you introduce it. We'll play it for you, and we'll let you go because I've had you on the phone for a couple hours now. So I apologize.
No, it's no problem. Well, Long Road Out, I'd say that's a good one because we did have songs before Long Road Out, but they weren't really good enough. Our songs before that, our songs were like, there'd be a really good chorus and a really good verse, but they didn't really go together, and we hadn't really got it yet. But Long Road Out was the first song that we felt like, this is a song. Everything flows into each other, and we were all working on it, and we were all on the same page, and it was just the first time everything clicked, and that's why it means a lot. And the recording, we tried to go for a more basic raw sound, and it's just everything about it just works.
All right, so tell people who you are, where you're at, tell them what they're going to hear, and they're listening to the Gumbo YaYa radio show. Go ahead, introduce it for your fans here.
Hello, I'm Brian. I'm from 5 Mile Smile, and this next song is Long Road Out.
Right here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show, gentlemen.
The one who gets lost in his own self-pity. I'll tell you, it will lie to you. It will do things that aren't true. It will exaggerate. It will lead you to tears. And seriously, it will bring you to the very point of suicide.
of you, get on top of them. It's a long road out.
You bastard guy just like you. You bastard guy just like you. You bastard guy just like you.
Stepping out today, doing me wrong. Stepping out today, and I'm taking you on. I can see the style, I can see the light, I can see it all. Now that I'm back again. Oh yeah. So down, down, yeah. Down, down, yeah. Down, down, yeah. Down, down, down. Running around the world in a haze. Trying to take it all on the same. Running out of fire in the face. Get on top of you, get on top of them. It's a long road out. Running around the world in a haze. Trying to take it all the same. Running out of fire in the face. Get on top of you, get on top of them. It's a long road out. Long road out. Long road out. Long road out. I said long road, 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 long road.
In his head. And I'm gonna do the same to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Long Road Out, 5 Mile Smile, right here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show. And join us with 5 Mile Smile, all the way from Belfast, Ireland. The one, the only, the incomparable, incredible drummer extraordinaire, Mr. Brian Finlay, who's like bringing that driving sound. That is, I love that. I love that, man. You know what? I'm a fan of almost every song on here. I'm going to have to go back and listen to both CDs a few times to tell you which ones I don't like.
Yeah. Well, don't try too hard.
No, I won't. Again, I appreciate you joining us. I know we've had you for a long time. Please say thank you to Ross for the great music, and we'd love to have him join us next time y'all do this. And hopefully, I know that y'all are you know, you're musicians, but you're also family men, so that may kind of interfere with your touring opportunities. But if you ever make it to New York, if you ever make it out here, if you ever have plans of playing the show in the States, let us know. I promise we'll share your music with the other DJs, the other stations in the area, and hopefully we can make something happen.
Yeah, well, certainly you'll be the first to hear.
It's all right. All right, so thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate it. Once again, before I let you go, I'm not let you off the hook that easy. Tell people where they can find your music, and if for folks that are tuning in, for your fans out there, where can they see you, hear you play in the near future?
Well, finding our music, you go on SoundCloud, you can listen to it, and also Bandcamp if you fancy investing and buying some. we also, as I say, have the usual Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and that's pretty much it.
So, and it's all 5 Mile Smile.
Yeah, all 5 Mile Smile, Facebook, 5 Mile Smile, YouTube, whatever. But that's all our internet presence. As far as shows go, we haven't got anything planned at the minute. We're actually taking a bit of a break after recording This Is Not a Drill, but I'd say maybe in about month, 2 months, we'll start looking into doing gigs, maybe phoning around and getting a few things organised.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to anything new you have. You send it our way. And again, if there's any fellow musicians, artists, anybody out there that you think, hey, Redneck, let these folks, they deserve to be played. You know that we're blues, rock, country, pop, folk. We respect your opinion as an artist and as a musician. So please share Gumbo YaYa radio show with your friends and your fans and your fellow artists, and then do the same. Share your fellow artists with us.
Yes, we'll do that. No problem.
All right, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll let you go. And is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before you go?
Just Ross, and also the guy we record with, the studio. He's also called Ross, and it's Railway Studios, and they're a great place. And I guess I'd give him a shout out.
All right, so that's Railway Studios. That's in Lisbon, right?
Yes.
All right, and you recorded both albums there, or you recorded all your music there?
Well, the old stuff we recorded in another place, but all the new stuff has been recorded in Railway Studios. Yeah.
All right, well, let them know that we're fans of Railway Studios, because this is a wonderfully produced album. It's very good, and like I said, that it's one of the things that I like to throw out and jam out too. So you definitely, when I don't have my coffee, I have a 5 Mile Smile.
Well, that's good to hear.
All right, so I appreciate it. We'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us, and y'all remember, hug your friends, kiss your family, thank the Lord, and y'all keep listening to Gumbo YaYa radio show. All right.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Brian Finlay of 5 Mile Smile right here on the Gumbo YaYa radio show. You can hear all their music. Just find them, 5 Mile Smile. They're on Facebook. We're also going to put this interview up, and we'll edit out all the hiccups and boo-boos so that y'all can listen to them in its clarity and its entirety. So...